You know,
on the issue of crime in the Bitcoin Standard, I wrote something which I think I still stand by, and I think it's held up pretty well, which is that Bitcoin might be useful for victimless crimes, but it's an entirely terrible idea to be used for victimful crimes. If your crime has a victim, you know, if you're going to take somebody's money, if you're going to have somebody who's going to be missing their money, they're going to be looking out for you. They're going to come after you. And if the crime is on the ledger, you know, you've taken the money and you've sent it from one Bitcoin address to the other, it's looking increasingly difficult that you could just, you know, magically erase the ability of people to track you down. I think over the last year, we saw a couple of high-profile cases with people who were tracked down, and it's just the nature of Bitcoin. Like, all right, you can introduce those mixers, but it's looking like, you know, with every mixer introduced, you're counting on the fact that you've reduced the chance of identifying you, but you're going in with another set of people, and if they get identified, that doesn't put you in the clear. In fact, it might be making you take more risks because you think you've been anonymized because you've put it in a mixer. But then if the rest of the people in the mixer are identified and you act like you've been anonymized, in fact, you're setting yourself up for trouble. So, I mean, here I get a lot of people get angry because they think that I'm in support of those things. I don't support those things. I don't think I don't think there should be a legal authority that requires everybody else to disclose information about them. I think this just doesn't make sense. So I don't think KYC is a legitimate thing, as long as it's mandated by force. If it's voluntarily, that, you know, you join a bank, for instance, and you decide that you want a bank that looks at everybody else's money and all of their transactions, including mine, and including yours, and you know, make sure that people don't take part in any particular transactions, then that's fine by me if it's voluntarily done. But the current system is done compulsively. But you know, we can rail against it, or we can just think about what the implications are. And the implications are the vast majority of Bitcoin at this point are in hands that are likely very easy to link to real identities. I think this is something that people just need to understand. You know, saying this doesn't mean you like this being the fact. It means just this is the reality. And there is the problem. You know, there is a case to be made that this compromises Bitcoin's security, perhaps. And I think there's a good argument to be made there, that if all the Bitcoin's ownership are known, that makes it more likely to compromise Bitcoin, perhaps. But I think the counter argument to that is that as long as Bitcoin can work, then the knowledge of individuals' identities is a weakness for individuals themselves. It's a problem for you, but it's not a problem for the system. It just means somebody can take your coins, but the coins can continue to work.